Let's get into it now with News Corp columnist Louise Roberts on the desk here with me, as well as Sky News contributor and News Corp columnist and all the rest of it, Joe Hildebrand. Great to have you on, Joe. You're back with the late debate later tonight.
Yes.
These issues, whether it's wind turbines, solar farms, offshore wind turbines, Louise, these transmission lines, only 10,000 kilometres to go. I just reckon so many communities are so upset about this, as they've got every right to be, but there's going to be major political issues at state, local and federal levels every inch of the way.
I agree. They don't feel they're being consulted properly, and they feel whatever consulting that's happened is a total sham, so they're left in the dark. I mean, Catherine's a perfect example, being offered a $500 gift card, and then it was only until she looked at the fine print, she realised she'd be letting them onto her home, her farm.
It's trickery.
Yeah, and it's really unfair. It's not what we want for our farmers. We want them protected.
Yeah, and Joe, the interesting thing is people think a spud farm of all things, you whack some power lines across it, how's it going to interfere? But they do a lot of stuff aerially, and then there's all these controls over their irrigation or whatever, actually changes their livelihood.
Yeah, it does. Look, I was at the Bush Summit just a few weeks ago, and this issue was literally electric, no pun intended. The farmers were there. I spoke to a lot of the energy companies who are doing it as well. And obviously, something like this is going to happen somewhere. That is inevitable. So we have to accept, I think, that this is the way forward, whether you believe in it or not, whether you believe in climate change or this is the right response or whatever, it is going to happen. The problem is the way it's being done. And I also saw a lot of CSG work years ago when that was the big issue and it was the lock the gate movement. And again, you'd have farmers who are saying, yeah, I'm quite happy to take the money and have the gas well on my property. Thank you very much, straight to the bank. And there are other farmers in the same situation with this stuff. But again, it's making sure that it's, as far as possible, an opt-in system, making sure that you're choosing a route that is not just best for the energy company, but also, so if you're not cutting straight down up the guts of a property, for example, riding along borders as much as possible. It's not always going to be possible, but that's the sort of thing to do. And again, that actual genuine consultation, there was such a chasmic difference between the experience that companies that had real genuine consultation and became part of the community, as coal mines have done. Let's not forget, I'm sure there was a time when digging up an entire hill and liquidating that would have been controversial to a community, but then the projects become indispensable because they're sponsoring the local football team, they're contributing to the local charities.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop it. The thing here is the scale, right? The scale, the number of renewable projects and transmission lines is going to be huge. So we'll keep an eye on that.